Welcome to our January Creative Mornings and 2026. It's great to see so many familiar faces. Welcome back. Thank you all for valuing this in-person experience when you could be at home learning new software. So this is one of many chapters worldwide, and we're so lucky to have this. We've been doing this for 2.5 years now, and this was started by Danny Bernstein, who's now moved on and passed the reins over to me as your host. So it was 244, look at that. When we started, this is the previous slide 2 years ago, and now we're at 255. Look at that. Okay, raise your hand if this is your first time, so I can get a sense who is in the room. Okay, welcome, thank you. Now you can be ambassadors, like the person who brought you here, you can go off and bring other people here. And if you see our posts on Instagram, if you can please share those. So we do 2 things every month to promote this, and that's pretty much what we do. We announce it, and then we remind you. And then hopefully those people in our network see those things. So when you get those 2 shares, when you get those 2 announcements, share away. All right, what we do here is we lift up our creative community, those of us who can afford to be here on a Friday morning, who are not somewhere else working for by the hour in some other location. But we're gonna acknowledge our first hour global sponsor, Adobe. Let's hear it for Adobe. Yay! Adobe believes in Creative Mornings, and they just renewed their 2nd year sponsoring Creative Mornings, and we're so lucky to have them. This is an all volunteer-led organization. Nobody's getting paid here, and you're gonna hear more about that right now when we acknowledge our creative partners. First, let's acknowledge Wave Street Studios. Thank you. All right, now, you guys don't know this, but yesterday and for the past month or so, this place has been a construction zone because they are installing and remodeling their bistro over there, their espresso machine, their kitchen that they're putting in there. So very soon you'll all be able to come here and have food along with your drinks and enjoy this concert that'll be live streamed across the world. And Rhett, Judy, and Foster are the muscle and the brains behind all this. And just yesterday, this place was in flux. I mean, that whole kitchen, that whole countertop in the tea room was here, okay? And they had parts all over the place, and they've been working tirelessly. We were here at 2 o'clock yesterday for our rehearsal, and they still had a lot of parts out. And just this morning, they were sweeping up, making it look, and you wouldn't even know it, would you? No. Is this place not just perfect for us? It's like ready to go? So let's all hear it. We're gonna shout thank you with gusto on the count of 3. 1, 2, 3, thank you! You feel that, Rhett? You feel that, Foster? Thank you so much. All right, our next partner is myself with House of 8 Media. I'm your local documentarian. I love doing live streams, but I also do a lot of documentaries and instructional video. And if you have a video on your heart, if you have some ambition to represent life in some way, let me know, maybe I can help you do that. This month's theme is called Korsu. It's a Farsi word chosen by our Creative Mornings chapter in Tehran, Iran, and it means a faint glimmer of hope. So this year in Creative Mornings, many of our upcoming themes are in the native language of the chapters, and you'll hear about the next one coming up at the end of this program. So, Korsu, faint glimmer of hope. So I'm going to drop into the theme for a moment and feel what comes up, because you know, we are being inundated with opportunities to improve our work. And when we improve our work, we might save time and maybe, hopefully, make more money. So I've decided to launch another opportunity for this group to come together every month, halfway through the month instead of the end of the month. It's called the Workflow Club. And this is a attend from home virtual event where you can sit at your computer, attend through Google Meet, and learn and share your latest advancements with AI. If you have a text prompt that's really changing the way you work, you can go ahead and demo that and show everybody about that. You'll get an announcement about this. If you learn to generate images or a video, or you've streamlined your email. Or if you have installed CloudBot and now you have a little computer that helps do everything that you do on a computer, but while you're asleep, if you're one of those people who can do that, which I am not, then you can show us how to do that. So it's a weekly show and tell circle for anybody and everyone, whether you're just getting into AI or if you're from the future, like these people. or the distant past. So this is, our core message is here on our registration page. It's currently hosted on my website. But I'm just a technical foundation. I really want you guys to take the creative spotlight. This is not about me sharing. This is about all of you sharing. I'm just going to host it. We have 2 coming up, which is February 18th, and then the next one is March 18th. But they're going to be Wednesday mornings at 10 a.m. Arrive by 9:45 to test your mic and your screen sharing abilities, and then we'll get started. It's about an hour. So I thought it'd be cool just to sit down once a month, kind of see what's the latest with our community here, and a way for us to keep in touch and meet each other and learn more from each other, stay connected. Okay, that's the Workflow Club. Now I'm going to introduce Jen Seregos. Jen has become a fast friend of mine, and she's from this area, and she moved away and she came back. She's going to tell you her own story. But she has a lot of heart, but she also has a lot of brains. So she's going to bring it all to us for the stage to walk you through some of the opportunities and help crack open what you might think is impossible for you, but she's going to show you how you can save time and make more money with AI. Jen, come on in. Let's hear it for Jen.
Thank you, Mike. Can everybody hear me okay? Fantastic. All right, welcome. Thank you, everybody, for coming. Thank you, Wave Street Studios, for hosting this incredible event. Thank you, Mike, for inviting me to come talk about something I'm extremely passionate about, and that's artificial intelligence. This is one of the most rapidly moving technological advancements of my lifetime, and maybe even some of your lifetimes. AI is advancing so quickly that it is doubling in intelligence every 3.3 months. Well, that could be very daunting for some of us, but my goal today with sharing my passion with AI with you is to help demystify what this technology is capable of, how to talk to it, how to communicate with it, and ultimately how to use it to, as Mike said, save time and maybe make more money. So the name of our presentation today is going to be The Courage to Create in an Automated World. Corsu, a faint glimmer of hope. I want to give everybody in this room today some hope that AI is not going to take your jobs, it's not going to replace humans, it's not going to replace our creativity, our humanity, and what it means to be a person on this beautiful planet that we all share. Now, before we go into the workshop and teaching you the technical aspects of everything, I want to tell you guys a story. I want to take you back about 800 years. A young boy was born in what is now present-day Afghanistan. He was born to an upper middle class family of teachers and scholars. And when the Mongols came in and invaded his town, his family made the decision to immigrate. And they moved all the way to what is now present-day Turkey. And this young boy grew up. He became a scholar just like his father. He became a prominent member of society, a teacher. And he had a chance meeting with a mystic, a man named Shams. Ironic, right? So Shams taught this young man something that the books could not teach him, and that was spirituality, connection to the universe, to Mother Earth, and what it means to really be human, and to be a part of this ecosystem, not just on the planet, but throughout the universe. And one day, Shams disappeared. Historians believe that he was murdered. After his murder, this young man was devastated, and he went silent for many, many years. No one heard from him, no one knew what was going on with him. And then a few years later, out of the rubble that was losing his mentor, this incredible amount of poetry just came flooding from him. And he wrote, and he wrote, and he wrote. He wrote about how he felt, he wrote about things that he learned, he wrote about life. And everything that he wrote became prose. And this young man has become the most famous and popular poet in America today. His name is Jalal ad-Din Rumi. How many of you here know Rumi? One of my favorite poets, an immigrant, a mystic, and a thought leader who came to a new country to start a new life, who had his life broken to pieces and put it back together. And that's what I want to share with you today. What do you do when the world you know disappears? What do you do when your ideas and beliefs of what you think this planet is all about and your life is all about is shattered right underneath your feet? What Rumi did was he created. He made poetry, he made art, and that was his gift to the world. So, what happens when we have now this super intelligence. Many people I talk to when I mention AI either get really, really excited, or they say, oh, this makes me so scared. I'm so afraid. What's going to happen? My work is going to be meaningless. It's going to take over the world. Machines are going to kill all of us, and it's going to be over, right? I would like to share a different perspective today. What happens to our creativity when intelligence is abundant, right? We have more intelligence, more information than we've ever had, probably, in the history of this planet. So what do we do with all of that? I believe we need to move from control to collaboration. What I'm going to teach you today is how to communicate with artificial intelligence. We're going to work on building and creating music together with AI. What I want to instill with you is this. This skill that I'm going to be teaching you today is not just for making music with AI. This is going to teach you how to actually collaborate and communicate with AI to build anything and everything you could possibly think of. Okay, so before there was code and AI and computers and machines and all that stuff, there was song. Historians believe that humans and even Neanderthals predating humans communicated through song long before language ever existed. They date music to be 100,000. Think about that. We were using lyrics and rhythms and sounds to communicate with each other before we had words. So song is a really important part of the fabric of what it means to be human. Song is how we remember things, how we grieve, how we share love, how we communicate, celebrate, how we heal. There's just so much beauty that can come from the creativity of music and from song. There's songs for your personal life. You can write a song for your lover, write a song for your pet. I know I would like to write a song for my little baby Juno, my little dog at home. Maybe I'll write a song for my husband. We'll see. It may be not a love song, huh? I kid. So we can also write songs for work. So most of the time, when I do presentations and workshops like this, I'm in the tank doing business development stuff, how to use AI to accelerate your business, how to do automations and workflows, how to use AI to build content, to make your work easier, to make more money and all this stuff. So I had to incorporate it into this presentation today to give you some inspiration for ways that you can actually incorporate music and song into the work that you do. You can make anthems, intros, outros for podcasts, for TV shows, for ads. There's a lot of ways to actually take this skill of making music with AI and using it to your professional output. So I want to give you guys 30 seconds. And I want you to think, what song do I want to write today? What would I like to write a song about? Would I like to write a song about something that I'm doing with my job, with my work? Am I trying to create something? Do I want to write a song for something personal? Just start thinking about what you would like to write a song about today, because we're going to do a little experiment together. I'm going to pick one of you to write a song with me right now, with everybody here, with AI. We're going to set the intention. We're going to go through the workflow together, and then we're all, as a group, going to listen to the song that one of you is going to birth from your soul, from your brain. And I'm very excited, so let's create together. Now, who's going to be the brave soul to volunteer? Oh, nice. Okay. I love it. And what's your name?
Mark.
Mark. Can we get a mic for Mark? Mark?
Mark.
What would you like to write about today? What song would you like to write today?
Overcoming disappointment and growing from it.
Okay, that's a good one. Now, here's what we're going to do. Everybody can see my screen. So this is going to be interactive, what we're going to do this part. This is going to be really cool, I hope. I hope everybody's excited. So how many of you have used ChatGPT? All right. How many of you believe you are a power user? You can actually, you know all the things with ChatGPT. You know how to make it talk back to you. A little bit here and there, a little bit. Okay, I just want to kind of get a read for where we're all at, so we can make sure that this is good for everybody and everybody learns something. Okay, Mark, here's what I want you to do. I'm going to hit this button here. This is the mic button, and I just want you to talk in normal language. I'm going to set a prompt up first, but then when I prompt you to talk, I'm just going to have you just naturally speak what you want to write this song about, okay? All right, so I'm going to go first. I want to make sure the dictation works before I get you on there. So, all right, ChatGPT, we're going to write a song together. We want to write a song for Suno, and what we're going to do is use you to help us write beautiful lyrics for a song today. Awesome, it worked. That's half the battle. All right, Mark, what would you like to write about?
We'd like to write a song about overcoming disappointment and growing from it and thriving as a result of that experience.
Is there anything specific in terms of the disappointment that you would like to point towards in the song?
When you have expectations that maybe something's going to be really fun and great and you're all excited about doing it, and then the rug is pulled out from under you and all of a sudden you're told you can't do it and you're relegated back to a position of less significance.
Hopefully it caught all that. Awesome. And I'm going to add one little piece to this. So this is an important tip for everybody who's starting to learn how to use AI. Context is everything, okay? So the machine learning needs to know context in order to give you the best outputs. The outputs are only as good as the inputs. I'm sure a lot of you have heard that. So one thing that is a little trick that I like to use whenever I use an LLM to write something, build something, brainstorm something. I mean, I'll ask this to pressure test my business model and tell me where are the holes in my business, right? There's 1,000,001 ways to use this tool. It's incredible. But this one piece of information will save you potentially hours of heartache, and here it is. Please ask 3 to 5 clarifying questions. That's it. Please ask 3 to 5 clarifying questions. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna let the AI process everything that we just said, and it's going to give us back some information. It's going to probably ask us some clarifying questions. We're going to answer the questions, and then we'll get some lyrics, and then we'll be able to take those lyrics and build an actual song with the lyrics. Okay, question number 1, is the song written in first person?
Yes.
Yes. Source of the disappointment. Should the setback feel external or ambiguous?
It's someone else sets you back, but it's as a result of your own actions.
I like that. We've all been there, myself included. Very real, very human, emotional arc. Do you want to sit in the sting for a verse or two, or more quickly into resilience and clarity?
I think it's important to really take in the experience so that the growth curve coming out of it will be more meaningful and long-lasting.
I love that. Resolution energy. At the end, is the victory quiet and grounded, or bold and triumphant? Quiet.
I think it's quiet and grounded in personal growth and letting go of attachment to the outcome that you're disappointed in.
Perfect. Okay, final question. Tone and genre direction. So this is where the fun part for me happens, is the actual music itself. I am a huge Broadway musical fan. Any other Broadway musical fans in the house? Thank you. But I have an eclectic taste. I also vibe with reggae. I also love electronic dance music. I love ballads. I love alternative rock.
I know your favorite's rap, though. That's incorrect.
That's a joke.
I think it should be indie pop.
Indie pop.
And soulful and raw.
Full and raw. Ooh, I love that. All right. Let's see what good old ChatGPT comes back with us. You know, and I love ChatGPT. It always tells you how amazing you are. What a great theme for a song. You're a genius. You're the best. If you're ever feeling kind of down on yourself, Mark, from this disappointment.
Yeah, I'm sure you'll fill me up. The AI will.
Just go to ChatGPT. Look at this. We have a song. We have a song lyrics. Now here's what is really fun to do. I want to do a little extra something with you guys because I shortened my intro to make sure I made time to actually teach you how to collaborate with ChatGPT in real time. So what we're going to do is we're going to just say, please put this song into Canvas so we can edit together. So the Canvas feature in ChatGPT, has anyone used the Canvas feature in ChatGPT? Okay, so this is a game changer for anybody who needs to write a lot for their work professionally. What you do is you actually can now edit the song inside the software and then copy and paste and put it into whatever it is that you need to put it into. Okay? So Mark, this is your creation. I'm just facilitating here. So I want you to go through these lyrics with us. And Mark, let me ask you a question. Would you be open to having some volunteers from the group just put in their 2 cents with some of these lyrics, or do you want to?
Absolutely. This is a group of wise people. Let's make it better.
Fantastic. Okay, so anybody, well, I don't want it to be a total free-for-all mess, but if you have a thought about a sentence or of the line and that you'd like to change, I would love to get everyone's input. I want to create this together as a team.
Can you zoom in a little bit so we can?
Yeah, absolutely. Let me see what I can do here.
So first stanza, first verse, I was always halfway there. I was already halfway there. Heart packed light, future in my hair. I made plans like they were promises, spoke too soon, wore confidences. I like the I make plans like they were promises. Spoke too soon, wore confidences. That's a little vague to me. I'm not sure what it means. Heart packed light, okay. Future in my hair, sure. I was already halfway there. Okay, so I think if we could, just first blush, I think spoke too soon is okay, but what do we do other than more confidences that would make more sense?
I don't like future in my hair. I want fire in my hair.
Okay.
Anybody else?
Yeah, that'd be good, sure.
I'm a double Aries, so. Spoke too soon, wore confidence. What do you want to communicate in that line? Let's get the group to help us.
Yeah, no, that's okay now. I like it. Fire in your hair means you're excited about something. Spoke too soon, wore confidences means now it makes sense because you're actually projecting confidence in your ability to accomplish this thing.
Because your hair's on fire.
Yeah. Then the room went quiet fast. Words fell heavy from the past. They said no, but I knew why. I'd been moving before I'd listened inside. I'd been moving before I listened inside. Okay, that's fine. Unless somebody has a suggestion.
I
otherwise.
moved before I heard. I want to be like I took action before I knew, before the reality set in, right? So like
yeah.
I moved too soon.
I leaped before I looked, maybe. If we want to use it.
I leaped before I looked. Okay.
I can feel the ache without a fight. Let it sit, let it stay tonight.
Oh, I like the rhyme.
Yeah.
I think we can leave that be.
I don't need the thing I lost to know my worth, to know the cost. I'm learning how to loosen my hands, trust the fall, loosen my grip, trust the fall, trust where I land. It wasn't mine, it wasn't time. I'm still growing into who I am. Perfect.
Okay. We're almost through.
I replay it in different lights, what I rushed, what I missed, what I didn't get right. I wanted proof, I wanted more, tried to skip the sacred parts. I want to say something here maybe about working together with others and not just being in my own rut.
Okay.
I tried to skip the collaborative. It's the collaboration, but that's not a good word for here.
How about the sacred? Pardon? Somebody?
Collective or?
I tried to skip the collective parts or the collective.
Collaborative.
That's not a good word. I like collective better, but the team, basically the team. I tried to skip the teamwork part.
Teamwork. Okay.
There's humility in the pause, in seeing truth without applause. I'm not smaller for the weight. I'm just standing at a different gate. That's fine.
That's pretty good.
I can hold the grief and still breathe. Let it teach me what I need. That's good.
This is okay.
Oh, wow.
Okay. We gotta move on to
We're
the
just
song
going to move.
part.
Okay, let's move on to the song.
We gotta move on. It's time.
Yep.
So, has anyone here ever played around with Suno? Oh, amazing. I'm so glad. This is great. Okay, so here's what we're gonna do. I copied the lyrics. I'm gonna paste the lyrics into here. Here's all our lyrics. Now here's where we go into that style, Mark, that you were talking about. You want indie pop?
Yeah.
Okay. And male vocals, female vocals?
Male vocals.
Male vocals. Anything else you want to add in there? Heavy beats, heavy drum, heavy guitar? What are you thinking?
Keyboard and voice.
Keyboard and voice. Ballad-like or not so much?
Yeah, a little rhythm. Yeah, rhythm. Keyboard rhythm. Small group. What's it called? Quartet.
Quartet?
You know, pop quartet.
Xylophone.
Xylophone, huh? Well, the sound, the keyboard sound could be vibes. Yeah.
All right, our song title, our working song title is Where I Land.
We'll just keep that for the sake of time.
Perfect. All right, let's let Suno do its thing. It's going to create a song for us.
Can you tell it a baritone, a bass, a soprano?
Yes.
Singing? You can say that?
Yes, and you can even say like heavy metal, like grunge.
You can really clarify what.
You can clarify. Yeah. You can even say you want a samba drum. You can say you want, I mean, it's
totally specific.
You can even write music. So you could write a song with your guitar and play a track on your guitar and then layer that into the AI and then have the AI layer on top of that vocals, drums, like, yeah.
Can we choose a vocalist, like a singer that we might?
Yes. There are ways you can actually listen to AI vocals and say, "Ooh, I like her voice. I like his voice. I like this. I like that."
Yeah.
Because maybe
A specific person.
Can we choose like Taylor Swift's voice?
You can't choose a celebrity's voice because of deep fakes. But people are working around that, which I don't recommend, but they basically learn how to write prompts to describe Taylor Swift's voice so well that it comes out sounding just like.
Yeah.
I don't recommend it, but it is what it is. Okay, so it's still writing. It looks like it's still writing. Let me do a little, it takes a little time, the genius is still faster than if we were to do this together with.
Okay, so just for a little background while we're waiting.
Yeah.
My son Adam is a singer-songwriter, and some of you know him. And he's also a filmmaker, and he's also an actor and dancer. And so he was in an event that he was going to be the host for. But because he doesn't always show up in time to school, and because he's up late writing his music instead of doing his homework and various other things, the teachers decided they didn't want he was all set to be leading this program, and they just decided at the last minute, no, we're going to have somebody else do it. We can't reward you when you're not even putting in your time to do your homework. When really he was focusing on a lot of stuff that comes about that. Anyway, that's what it's from. He was very disappointed, and he also lost some other privileges because of his not showing up according to their rules.
Well, I will share the song with everyone who wants it after this, and if you want to share it with your son, say, I wrote this song for you.
Thank you.
Okay, who wants to hear the song? So, cool. So one thing about Suno that's really cool, when you write a song with Suno, it always gives you two variations of the same song to see which one you like better. So
let's hear a little bit of the first one, and if we
don't like the first one, we'll
decide
bag
which
it.
one. We'll decide which one we like.
Okay, let's hear it.
All right.
I was already halfway there, heart packed like fire in my hair. I made plans like they were promises, spoke too soon, wore confidence. Then the room went quiet fast, words felt heavy from the past. They said no, but I knew why. I leaped before I looked. I can feel the ache without a fight. Let it sit, let it stay tonight. I don't need the thing I lost to know my worth, to know the cost. I'm learning how to loosen my grip, trust the fall, trust where I land. Oh, it wasn't mine, it wasn't time. I'm still growing into who I am. I replay it in different lights. What I rushed, what I missed, what I didn't get right. I want
to hear the whole thing, or do you want to move to the second one?
Tried to skip the teamwork part.
It's a good vibe. It's a good vibe. All right, let's see what version 2 sounds like. I was dancing.
I was already halfway there. Heart packed like fire in my hair. I made plans like they were promises.
This is version 2.
Spoke too soon, wore confidence. Then the room went quiet fast. Words fell heavy from the past. They said no, but I knew why.
This has got
I leaped
that guy name.
before
What's that guy's
I
name?
looked.
Jason Mraz.
I can feel
Sounds like a
it
Jason Mraz
without
kind of
a
vibe.
fight. Let it sit, let it stay tonight. I don't need the thing I lost to know my worth, to know the cause. I'm learning how to loosen my grip, trust the fall, trust where I land. It wasn't mine, it wasn't time. I'm still growing into who I am.
Pretty cool, huh? All right.
All right.
Mark,
Yes.
I just want to say thank you. Thank you for opening your heart to this room and sharing your personal journey, a story, and writing a song with us together. So I'd like to just really quickly have a round of applause for Mark. Yeah. Thank you, Mark. The machine wasn't creating anything, right? It was us. It was me, it was Mark, it was you guys. We were telling the machine from our own creative place what we wanted. And that really is the message I want to instill with you guys today, knowing that the theme is a faint glimmer of hope. I would like to give you a faint glimmer of hope of what's possible with technology, and hopefully everyone leaves this room today with a little less fear and trepidation about what these advances in technology are doing to our society and to us. And of course, tying the theme back into Rumi, my favorite poet, where there is ruin, there is hope for a treasure. So, the machines can create, but we actually are the ones doing the creating. They're just the generators. May we all have the courage to follow the light. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, Jen. All right, you got any questions for Jen and her work? Here, let's hear it. Could you pass the mic?
Yeah, hold on.
You can leave it on.
I really enjoyed your talk, but the other side of my brain is saying, okay, please tell me about the other downside of it. How high school students or middle school students, they're all using ChatGPT to write their homeworks, their essays. What about the person that gets behind creating something that is not actually useful, that's more harmful? Are there going to be rules set for something that's growing so fast? I heard someone that was saying every time they go to Instagram or internet, these AI images are growing like molds everywhere because they're coming out. So I understand the beauty, but I also I am concerned about the next generation and when it gets out of hand and out of control based on people who are using it wrong. I just, as a mother and as a creator myself, I am concerned. I have a lot of concern.
Absolutely. And I want to address that head on because I think it's important. And I think fear is oftentimes a good thing, right? Because that is what helps us as individuals make better choices with this technology. So if each and every one of us has this, I want to use this for good approach, then we all have an individual responsibility to do that. Now, when you talk about a broader cultural, socioeconomic, broad stroke conversation, I do think that at some point governments are going to need to have some kind of regulation around this technology. I also think that ethics is going to play a huge role in this. I actually have a very long piece that I wrote about the ethics of AI. It's on my website. Feel free to go read it. There's a lot of money involved, right? Because eyeballs makes money, and ultimately at the end of the day, oftentimes these platforms are making money and they're doing harm to people. So for example, Instagram with young girls in middle school, there's a lot of problems there. So what you're describing isn't new, right? When the internet was created, there were all kinds of huge problems. There were, I remember all kinds of not super great things popping up when I was trying to go to a website and AOL and da-da-da. So I totally agree with you and think that we absolutely need to take a good hard look at what this means from a responsibility standpoint. I think as with any advance in technology, there's going to be really good things that come from it. There's also going to be not so good things that come from it. That's, in my opinion, part of life and part of the human experience. But what I want to do is help instill with the people that I come into contact with what's possible with this in a positive way. You can write a song for your son. You can take a 10-hour project and make it 1 hour and then get to go to the beach for the rest of the afternoon, right? So I would like to not bury my head in the sand in the sense that there are really bad things that can come from any technology, whether it's an autonomous driving vehicle, the internet, AI, LLMs, you name it. I think all of us as individuals hold a great responsibility in how we use this stuff, right, in order to make the world a better place. So I agree, and I think we need to be aware of it, we need to be thinking about it, and we also need to be talking about it, and I also would hopefully encourage most governmental bodies to put a lot of thought into this. There's a lot of politics with this right now, so I'm not gonna get into the politics of it, right? That's not what today is about, but hopefully more good than bad will come from it. That's my hope, and that's what I believe.
Any other questions? Thank you, Jen. How many of you have gotten to the end of your inbox and replied to all of your emails? Raise your hand. 1, 2, Done? No emails in your inbox? That's amazing. How do you do it? I know it's new for me. I've never experienced this before, but I'm starting to get there. I'm not quite there, but I'm starting to have days where I'm finishing my emails. And that's new for me because now I'm writing my emails with AI. And so it's really helpful. Just dictation. I'm not saying, reply to all my emails for me. I'm like dictating it like we did, and then telling it what concepts I want, and then it automatically kind of forms my dictation into email responses. It's really helpful. Any other questions? Any other questions? Okay, Community Spotlight. Thank you, Jen.
My pleasure.
Is there anybody here who would like to share their biggest takeaways from this event? Any aha moments you'd like to share and stand up? Something we always do, but I did announce this, but anybody want to share something about like something they learned and they want to share and announce and new commitments?
Yeah, I found it was very interesting. I'm a little concerned. I mean, obviously it didn't take much from me to create this, so it's really not, I didn't have that creative influence. I just sort of, it's like talking to someone and saying, hey, it's like talking to Adam saying, Adam, why don't you write a song about this? And then letting him do it, And the question is, I could refine it. I could make it more mine by putting more into it. I think someone like Adam using this would be able to really expedite and improve his work, perhaps, because he'd be putting so much input into it as a singer-songwriter. But to do it like this, it's kind of like cop-out. And now all of a sudden, if the people do this, the internet is going to be flooded with all this music. Who's going to be able to filter out the real creative stuff? I'm seeing all kinds of stories, fiction, science fiction, written by AI that you get caught up into, and you're like listening to the story, but then you're like, nobody wrote this. You're just you're spinning your wheels. You're not experiencing a human creativity. You're just wasting your time in your mind with something that is meaningless.
Good morning, everybody. My name is Kelly. Some of you guys know that I'm a professional organizer, but I'm also a part of the Monterey Passport Rotary. And so this coming Tuesday, I'm going to be hosting a vision board creation kind of workshop for, kind of like figuring out where our journeys need to be and stuff like that. So I'm going to be running like a little group. It's $10 and all the supplies are included. And it also is going to be at the Moose Lodge, which is over on Canyon Del Rey. It's from 6 to 8. And with the $10, you also get pasta from Postabilities, which is also donating that for dinner. So while you're being creative and everything, you can have a little nosh. And so it's just to kind of get us going and figuring out where you would like to have your journey or what your envisions and stuff look like. Not in terms of like the gimmies or the wants. It's the whole like of like, this is how I would like to see my life going forward in the next year moving. So hopefully you guys can come.
Is it tonight or?
No, Tuesday next week, the 3rd, I believe. Yes, at Moose Lodge, 6 to 8.
Vision boards? Are you making vision boardings?
Yes, making vision boards.
Yeah. Cool. Thank you, Kelly Ray.
Yeah, you're welcome.
Like a website or like somewhere people would look for more info?
You can go to the Monterey Passport Rotary. You can go either on their
Passport Rotary.
It's a club that we meet once a month instead of every week like most Rotary clubs meet. Ours is a passport, and we actually fluctuate where our meeting places and stuff are so we can be more community diverse. But you can go to their Facebook or their Instagram if you want. Okay? Thanks.
Well, as a community spotlight, we didn't quite announce this, but this is a time for you to, if you have any like a book opening or a signing, or you can have an event of some kind, ribbon cutting, if you have a workshop, choir, if you're starting a band.
Okay, I'm a painter, and right now at the Center for Spiritual Awakening, which is in Pacific Grove. At the community room, I'm showing my big oil paintings, and the theme is spring. It's very uplifting and brings you up. Please come and visit.
It just so happens we have a jazz show tonight. It's John Morris. Words and Music by John Morris is what he's calling it. So it's jazz, but it's all original jazz. So this isn't going to be like, Thelonious Monk from 100 years ago. And it's a best bet in the weekly, and we have a poster on the sign outside. It'll start at 7. We open the doors at 6. So yeah, live jazz.
All right, thank you everybody for coming on out and learning a thing or two from this speaker. We've got speakers coming up for the rest of the year. We're last Friday of every month. Next month, our theme is Camino, which means way or / path, the way, the path. So we'll see you next month. That's it. Thank you so much.